Alright, welcome back. Sorry, a couple technical issues with the audio. Should all be fixed now. Our
Hopefully.
apologies. We will find out very shortly.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Anyway, back into this round.
Alrighty.
Sweet. Looks like everyone is ready to get back into the fifth round of this game.
Yep. So we're seeing a low half buy from the side of TXG, whereas rifles from all of UFO.
Yep, that Arcos is going to be doing a little bit of damage here. They're going to stop the push, but they are pushed up on the side of A for the team of TXG. That Siege is not going to be finding anyone, but they're going to be coming out of the dark cover. Sensa and Pinky Punk are going to be there to do a refrag on Kyo. Now down to a 3v4 situation in favor of the team of UFO, but there is still Aryan there on A site. Will they find out about it? Glitch Call going up behind the team of UFO here. That's going to cause some trouble as Swampy goes down. Now down to a 3v3 even situation, but Juice already using that from the shadows to try and get the flank off. Has 10 bullets in the chamber. He's going to try and run back as well. However, team of TXG is going to be leaving A site free. Juice doing his job, turning away the attention from the A site as his team is going to be creeping in here.
Yeah, they've slowed the round down again. Juice looking for one. He finds it.
And
And
that's going to
TP's out.
cause trouble as Juice finds another. It's now down to Vanilla in a 1v3. He knows where Juice is, but does not know the positioning of Pinky Punk or Sensa in this situation here. He's going to have to play this out with the Sheriff, but the stun is going to come in, and that's going to be the end of that round.
That was well played from UFO in the mid round. Like to come back from a 3v3 like that was definitely instrumental in the round that TXG stacked A. They had the correct read again, bringing it to a 3v3. But once it came to the mid round where the fights were isolated, there's just nothing TXG could do against the better weapons of UFO.
Yeah, that is kind of a situation. That is a difficult situation to be in as well, but they are going to be able to afford the rifles coming into this next round as we do see a faster push coming into B. Pinky Pong gets that first blood into Vanilla here, but the mid door is going to be broken.
We see the majority of TXG in mid. Are they going to be aware of the lurk from B? They are not.
Kyo with a 3k already. It's down to Aryan in a 1v4 yet again, but Pinky Pong is going to be killing him off. Not before Swampy goes down, though.
What an interesting round from UFO there. They send four of their members into B main, where TXG working out mid space, but not clearing Kyo from the A side of the map and falling victim to that lurk.
That was amazing positioning, amazing play coming in from UFO, and they just outsmarted TXG that round. Let's see if TXG has something to come in and counter what they're doing. They are on a lower economy buy here, but they do have that loss bonus.
We're starting to see a bit of a pattern in TXG's low buys in which they are stacking the A side of the map, but UFO may not be aware of this, choose to work it anyway.
Vanilla is gonna get that first blood onto Swampy Aryan, following it up, but Juice is there to trade. The Seas gets Juice, but he does not care. Silent goes down to a 3v3. It's even now for for both teams.
TXG
Both teams
starting.
having flashes as well.
Yeah.
But Kyo is gonna get the kill onto Multi. Now down to two people on the side of TXG here. As UFO does have that elbow control, it's going to be Juice fighting a Glitch Gull here. And he comes out on top. Now down to Vanilla in a 1v3. He only has a Stinger and a Dream. He does have that Dimensional Drift to come off. But Juice goes down. And Kyo is low as well. That gate crash is going to be going through. Unfortunately, going to be broken. But Sensa is going to get that kill onto Vanilla. Both members of UFO surviving barely out of this round.
Yeah, Again, another A stack correct read from the side of TXG, but just the gunfights from Juice. Like impeccable aim, impeccable shooting. Even though he was seized, he manages to find all three of those people in that round.
And again, Juice doing a lot for his team, getting the impact frags like he should. Let's see if TXG can find the answer to this predicament that they're in right now.
The deep fade eye in A allows them to start rotating already.
That gate crash is going to be faked over at mid because that dark cover is not going to be letting them have any info. That fault line is going to be coming in through market as well as that fast lane. And now Vice using the steel garden, taking away the primary guns of UFO. Sensa still finding a kill. So is Pinky Pong. Multi going down. Now down to 2 people on the side of TXG. Glitch Gull is trying to even it out now. It's down to him in a 1v3 as he gets the 3rd kill with a Phantom. The Arc Rose is not going to be blinding him here. Kyo and Swampy don't have an answer yet, but they double peek him, and Swampy gets the kill. 7 rounds going to the side of UFO.
Yeah. I mean, TXG definitely should have had more out of that round there. They had 3 on site by the time of the exec and just were not able to hold off the attacking side.
That was crazy coming in from Glitch Gull though.
Definitely, the 3K backside again, the reliable anchor of TXG trying to put a dent in the attackers, but just can't find the 1v5.
Another round in our midst here as Swampy is going to be using that high gear to try and get as much space as quickly as possible. And that steel garden is there as well. But there is no one over on site. Silent is going to be taking some damage here over at Alley as the Thorns come in. And that's going to be a free A side coming in for the side of UFO. But the Prowler is going to be coming in, leading the charge. And that's going to do a little bit of damage there. But that null command is gonna negate any util kill with 2, 3, 4 already in a flawless round coming in from UFO.
Such effective use of the null command and the other ults used in that round. Really impressive from the side of UFO. The moment the overdrive came out from multi, the null command came out, completely shutting down the retake. Nothing they could do from that point. Now they move back to another full buy. The side of UFO, their economy is booming, whereas TXG, if they lose this round, they probably won't have another buy round in the half.
A little slower round coming in from the side of UFO, but they do use that rolling thunder to try and get in. The Arc Girls is there to try and delay them, but Glitch Gull falls to the hands of Swampy. And they have a sight yet again.
It's a bit of a blunder. Glitch Goal playing in front of his U2. 3-man left for the retake.
It's now down to Silent in a 1v5 as he gets 3, but Kyo's there to answer back.
Very impressive. Like, you cannot shut down the UFO side at the moment. It's an impressive showing. And even the hero plays from TXG are not enough. Had they happened earlier in the round, if they get those 3Ks straight off the bat, these rounds would be a lot more winnable, but they are just not getting value at the end of those rounds. For the side of TXG, we have the Dimensional Drift and From the Shadows online to kind of negate this half buy, or force buy rather, from the side of TXG. Spam through the smoke. Poor multi. Calypso here. Two members left alive for the side of TXG. Are they aware? Not aware of the spawn work, but Swampy whiffs the shots. They group up together. One taken down. With Spike ticking down. Silent finds it. But now has the impossible task of forcing his way onto the side to try and defuse. Eyes through, but is not aware of the off angle played by Juice. Alright, heading back into the game.
Yep.
Alright, no more tech issues. We should be fine. Alright. Again, TXG not finding the picks in the mid round, forced down into the 1v4. Even though the Silent was able to find two, the last two evaded him, leading to another UFO win, putting the score at 110 for the final round and a half.
And again, we're seeing a lot of aggression coming in from UFO here, as the dark cover is going to be there to try and delay them. But that sheer wall is not going to do much as they jump peek it, and that steel, that steel garden is going to be coming in from the side of UFO as well. The Arcro is going to be there to try and delay, but they do have a free A site, and they do read it as well. It is 4-on-4. However, the side of UFO do not have dark covers. They don't have anything to help them get into sight besides this utility for this initiator utility, actually. However, we do see Silent with another Nightfall here, trying to get a retake, but unfortunately, he's gonna get shut down by that 0 point, and the molly comes in as well. But the Nightfall still coming in, as well as a dimensional drift, enabling Silent PH to get two. Sensa answering back with one of his own. Now down to a 2v2 situation, and the bulky from Vanilla gets a kill. It's down to Sensa in a 1v2. Looks like Vanilla is gonna try and stick it, and he does. That's gonna be the second round for TXG and
what
the
a
half.
massive round for TXG. Making it a 2-10 half makes this so much more easy to come back for them. And it's probably very good for their mental as well.
I mean, you gotta take what you can, you know?
Absolutely. And take it they will. Hoping to see them try and push for more in this half. In this offensive half.
Go, go, go.
Let's see what the team of UFO can do on this defending side now. They are a little bit more of an aggressive team, so maybe we'll see them push up into main, but it does not look good if they push into that B main area, as there are multiple people from TXG here on that side. TXG Vanilla using that blind side and the gate crash together, but Kyo answers back with a kill. The Arc Rose is there as well with another kill is Kyo. Swampy finding his own in market, but Silent PH with the right click. This round has gone way too fast. I can't even keep up. But UFO walking away with the win. They're gonna have to try and push this momentum as much as they can. They have won the pistol round.
Yeah, and that is going to be very troublesome for the side of TXG, who are opting to force up this round. Stinger Lights against the side of UFO, who have Guardians, Outlaws, and Bulldogs. They can't do anything else. They lose this round, it goes at a match point. So we will be seeing TXG fight for their lives this round. Because that's what it is.
The paranoia is gonna get Pinky Ponk here out of this out of that position, but Sensa is gonna try and hold his own over at elbow. Unfortunately, there's way too many people coming in. Pinky Ponk and Juice answering back, now down to a 2v4 situation. Glitch Gull and Multi versus the rest of UFO. Pinky Ponk watching the wrong angle, gets cut off by that Stinger. Swampy is gonna try and reposition, try and take that space back. He does have an outlaw, which is one shot. He misses the first, gets the second. Multi down. Glitch Gull is there to trade it back. Now down to Glitch Gull in a 1v2. Has a Stinger in hand. He does also have those two Razor Vines as Kill walks into the smoke. The dark cover is not going to be enough to cover up this 1v2. Now down to a 1v1. Juice versus Glitch Gull. Juice does have that Guardian. He can play longer range, but Glitch Gull is going to find him looking the wrong way. Unfortunately, the Stinger's just not going to be enough. Juice using that teleport, trying to get across. He does, gets the headshot kill on Glitch Gull. Amazing effort by Glitch Gull, but that's not going to be enough. Juice shuts him down. Now down to a match point for the team of UFO.
Match point. I mean, what an impressive showing from UFO. Their aggressive rounds have been just as good as their defense. Their defense has been just as good as their attack. They've been pushing out, finding the space, finding the picks, and then converting those rounds in the numbers advantage. I mean, it was a nice showing from Glitch Gull there. That was a very possible round for them, but just not enough with the Stinger.
And again, the Stinger coming in from the team of TXG. Juice goes down as the first blood this time. They do not have those dark covers to try and delay it, but that fault line's gonna hit Multi right in the face. Not gonna get spotted out though. The aftershock's there. Multi gets the kill on Sensa through the wall as well as a headshot. That is gonna boost some momentum here as that fake out is going to be tripping out that sheer wall that Kill has set up on site. He does have that arc rose. The Prowler is going to catch him, but Multi is lost in his own fast lane, and that costs him his life. Vanilla and Arian answering back, now down to 1v4. Pinky Ponk left alone for the team of UFO. A Guardian in hand, a one to rule them all. But Glitch Gull with the classic gets the headshot kill and their third round.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely massive round from TXG, keeping themselves in the game despite the worst guns. Them finding that initial pick in mid was just so instrumental to them winning that round, playing the 5v4 advantage to its max. You could definitely, you could see Multi getting that kill behind the box with just his elbow sticking out behind it.
I'm gonna give it over to you for the play-by-play. I'm gonna get myself a cup of water. I'll be back.
No worries. Alright, we see TXG hoping to take some mid control at the start of this round. Spam through the smoke, not connecting. You can see the defense is spread very thin. They don't know what to expect at the moment. Start pulling back. TXG hoping to move towards this A hit, but not aware of the crossfire set up by by UFO. The Bucky there and ready. The Bucky finds one, and he backs off. 4v5 advantage in the favor of UFO. 2 men on side versus 4 in main. The flash connects. Pinky Ponk gets Arian. Pinky God gets silent. Can't find a third. Swampy gets Multi as he tries to exec onto site. This is a 1v4 for the match. Vanilla finds Swampy. 1v3. Flashed out by Sensor. Slowly getting pinched in on. And cannot find the aim to connect. Sensor kills the last remaining member of TXG and win the round and the game for UFO.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back, Ellipse. What a successful showing from the side of UFO.
I mean, that was
wow.
great. Yeah, they were very aggressive on the attacking side, and their defending side did not let us down either.
No. I especially liked the mid-round plays from the side of UFO. They kind of knew where they were gonna attack, where they were gonna fake, what sort of map control they had, and they never kind of they never kind of gave up that map control for free.
Not at all, and they also adapted really quickly to the situation. They saw that TXG was setting up on the side they wanted to hit, and they actually faked it amazingly, especially using the From the Shadows of Omen. That was insane, making havoc on the opposing site, trying to draw the attention of TXG away, and they succeeded, giving them a free A site as well. That was really, really smart coming in from the team of UFO. I think this team is one to look out for. However, on the team of TXG, we did see them majority of the game on an economical disadvantage. That still did not let them down. They still won out a few rounds, and they were able to overcome the mountain, which was economy. It's huge in this game.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the score of 313, you would not think that this game was 313 because of how many impressive showings we got, like solo plays we got from TXG.
Mm.
There were so many 3Ks, 4Ks from hero plays from the side of TXG that you would not think that they lost that many rounds.
It was insane. It came down to the wire a lot of the rounds. Again, you wouldn't think it's 13-3. I honestly thought it was going to be like, I don't know, 10-10 when I came back.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show how well these two teams work together in coordination to adapt to their situation.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see more out of the attacking side of TXG going into the next map, which will be Haven.
And this map is huge. So many opportunities to rotate, so many opportunities to fake. I mean, it's just rotate galore pretty much. And one thing to look out for is that every single site has two entryways for the attackers. So that is going to apply a little bit more pressure on B as well. If the attackers take the side of B, they can flank C, they can flank A, they can take B, and that is just going to be very detrimental. So holding down B, holding down Garage, that is going to be the cream of the crop for a Haven game.
So this map will also be TXG's map pick as well. So I'm hoping to see a diverse playbook from them. I want to see a whole lot of set strats because they were clearly just outdone by the strats of UFO on their map pick of Sunset.
I mean, you pick the map, you're expected to perform. I mean, Sunset is a very close quarters map. I don't know how UFO is going to be performing with a bigger map like Haven. Hopefully, they can bring the same amount of passion that we saw in the Sunset game. We did see how well they worked together. We did see how well they could adapt. Maybe they'll bring that back, but TXG might have an ace in their sleeve for this game. Haven is unpredictable, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. Relies a lot on both the macro of where you're going, but also winning those micro fights. And I think in that case, I think that the side of UFO may have the advantage in terms of the macro, but in terms of the micro, especially with the solo players we were seeing from TXG, they may have the advantage if those one-on-one gunfights occur.
That is true. I mean, we did see again, we saw a lot of really, really good isolations for 1v1s. We saw 1v4s, 1v5s turned into 1v1s, 1v2s, and it was completely winnable. There were so many rounds from TXG that were completely winnable against all odds. So, if they pull that out, if they can isolate every single member of UFO, that is going to be their kryptonite pretty much.
Yeah. All right. While the players are getting ready for the next game, we're going to move to a quick break. We'll be back with you very soon.
So, and we are back.
Welcome
How's
back.
that break? Did you have that drink of water? Did you have that time to, breathe, cool down?
Yeah, plenty of time to cool down after that 13-3 victory in the favor of UFO. Ready to get
It
back
was
into it for Haven.
it was good. Both teams are showing up. I mean, TXG, they were in a disadvantage. I mean, it wasn't their Mac pick. They were down economically as well. Let's see what they could do on Haven. I mean, it is their pick. They have practiced on it more. They feel more confident with it. Let's see what UFO has to actually counter that. I mean, I would run probably double controller or something like that.
Well, that's interesting because typically at the moment you'd either go a double initiator or a double duelist for Haven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much ready to see the team come. We're seeing all Vipers, all Raiders.
That's great. You know, I mean, you can't be all serious all the time. You always gotta have a little bit of fun, you know?
Or Gecko? Maybe they're just slowly hinting it to us. Maybe we are gonna get Viper, Gecko, Rainer, Rays.
That sounds like
And
a
then,
very
and
weird
then
comp.
Sober for the last one. If it's Sober, then it's complete comp.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, no, it's
okay.
Tahoe.
I mean, it does look like TXG is gonna be running that double controller comp. I mean, Viper on this map pretty much is a Sentinel. No?
Yeah, so we should see a lot of lurking mid-rounding plays from the side of TXG, which I'm absolutely keen to see. The last second, UFO are finally locking in their actual comp, which is double.
They are running a
inch.
double innie.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, UFO is really, really powerful with this Neon Breach combo. And it's just perfectly set up for Swampy to take in, use that high gear to just run in, dash in, slide in, just get that entry. Try and pierce the defense. But this double controller coming in from TXG is going to enable them to have a second pseudo Sentinel on their team with Viper.
Yeah, I mean, with it being TXG's map pick, it's interesting that that UFO have opted for the side of defense first, since this is generally known as a very attacker-sided map.
Yes.
Yeah, we're seeing that standard Viper wall from the side of TXG. Allows both the lurk into sewers and crosses off the right side of B main. Or B side,
Yeah,
sorry.
and that gives them a little bit of info to work on, but this recon bolt is going to be spotting out Vanilla. That's giving Sensa a free orb already. And Hunter's Fury is actually really, really good on this map. A little bit slower play coming in from the side of TXG for their attacking. They're trying to play around with what side they're going with. They're trying to get into the heads of UFO.
Yeah, they slowly start creeping their way towards main, but Sensor going up heaven and Juice tucked on site. Will they be ready for this positioning?
Unfortunately, they are, and Vanilla gets the first blood onto Juice. They do not have a controller, don't have the dark cover to try and delay it. The side of UFO is stuck here in the side of CT and Heaven, but that poison orb is gonna be coming out, not doing much. Swampy dashing in, getting two, using that high gear. Is gonna get 3 already. Is this gonna be a pistol round ace? He has 27 health. He's gonna try and get more with the value that he already has. Silent PH getting 2. Pinky Ponk and Swampy going down. Now down to Sensa and Kill in a 1v2. As Silent gets the kill onto Sensa, but the defuse is gonna be stuck by Kyo here. First round going to the side of UFO.
Don't give them time to reposition.
Yeah, I mean, the exec coming through, but it's just not enough in the post plan because just Swampy coming in, dashing in, getting 3 on that retake. It's very impressive showing it, and if this is the way that UFO are going to be playing into this game, I fear for TXG's chances.
I mean, TXG did get the site, and they were able to only get Juice in that A short cubby, which means that their mind games might be paying off here. We do see a little bit of a slower play yet again, but Juice gets that first blood onto Vanilla. A little bit of revenge there, as he was the first blood. Sensa already pushed up this A main area. They read it. Kyo gets a kill, but Silent PH and Multi answering back with 1 kill respectively. And that is going to be a free A side pretty much for the team of TXG as they creep in. Silent PH with the crouching shot. Swampy goes down. It's down to Kyo and Pinky Ponk yet again in this 1v2. Kyo gets that first kill. Now down to 2 people on both sides. This is going to be an even matchup. one Guardian on each side. Looks like Kyo's gonna be opting for that Bulldog a little bit more. The fault line comes out. They're gonna try and start pushing out here. They have to. The crossfire set up by Aryan and Silent PH. But it's not gonna be enough. Kyo checking that right corner and a 4K from Kyo against all odds. Wins out the 2v2. And that is gonna be their second round.
I mean, absolutely massive from Kyo there. The patience to just wait for those kills to come to him. The breach flash out to disrupt the crossfire. Finds both. Very impressive showing. I mean, it was a good call from the side of TXG. They knew they could go retreat back to A main to recover that dropped gun. And then try and play that advantage. And they could have done it too. But just the sheer gunpowder of UFO securing that round for them then.
Where are you?
And we did see Kyo take away that Guardian towards the end of that round here. And if we look, he actually already has that neural theft in the third round. But Pinky Pock's gonna get the first blood on the Glitch Call. That's gonna be the anti-flank down. As the side of UFO is going to be able to use that neutral theft already, and they have info of where TXG is. This is going to spell out trouble for them, as they are already getting pinched here. Juice and Sensa on the way up A main, and they are going to be finding Vanilla here. Oh my goodness, no, Sensa! He makes up for it, though. The whiff, he makes up for it, but he is going to be going down. That is detrimental. 3v3 here.
He finds that pick in the final bullet of his sheriff. Imagine if he couldn't. Would have turned the tide of the round, but alas. It is done. The aftershock connects.
Pinky Pong's gonna get that aftershock util kill, but Silent PH is answering back with the 2 kills of his own. It's down to Juice in 1v2. Silent PH and Multi both on the C site. And I guess that commotion over at A main just made the side of UFO rotate. However, there's gonna be a Phantom half shield versus 2 Vandals. 1 headshot and Juice is done for in this round. He does drop down here. The dark covers are going to be coming out. Paranoia trying to clear the way. Recon Bolt's not going to reach him at all. He does know that one is over in this logs area, but the dark cover is going to be going down. He gets the kill on the Silent PH. Is now down to Wolty in a 1v1, but Juice with the Sheriff gets the kill, makes up for this round, wins the 1v2. 3 rounds on the side of UFO already.
Wow, Juice clutching up that 2v1. That should not have happened. The run and gun spray connects on the player playing logs. And then he swings out with the sheriff and gets the final one in long as well. Just
what else
great
can I say?
awareness.
I know. That's crazy. He knew.
He's
knew. Hacking, you know?
Yeah, I know. He's obviously watching the broadcast and
yeah,
saw exactly where he was.
On the 1.5 minute delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all I could say for that running gun is precise gunplay.
Precise gunplay.
We do see a recon bolt coming in for a long here. Pinky Pong's gonna get rid of that, take care of it as quickly as possible, but that Ound drone is barely gonna spot him out. Pinky Pong in trouble as he gets tagged up 80 from Aryan here. And now he has been forced to fall back. The side of TXG still opting for this A push as they are fishing for those tripwires. The Paranoia is going to be coming out as well as that snake bite. But Swampy in backside going to miss the op shot. Vanilla and Aryan getting picks of their own. Juice trying to answer back, but falls to Aryan. Now down to a 2v4 retake for Kyo and Sensa. We have seen them do this before. However, Glitch Gull in an amazing position here to go get the flank, and Kyo is aware of it. He's gonna try and put that spy cam there, try and get info on where Glitch Gull is. He's causing havoc. He's causing paranoia for the team of UFO.
Last player standing.
And that is gonna pay off. Unfortunately, he's gonna get killed off. Sensa getting killed off at Heaven. That's the Odin down. Now down to a 1v2 situation. Kyo with the Phantom in hand. A dream to keep their team on top, but that's gonna be time ticking away from him. He's gonna have to fall back, and that's gonna be a thrifty round coming in from the round of from the team of TXG.
Wow, well played, TXG there. That was beautifully executed, especially Glitch Goal there. Breaks the trip on B main as his team are planting, and forces Kyo to turn around and try and find Glitch Goal,
Oh, this is a nice
forcing 1v1 for his teammate on, sorry, a 1v2 on A for his teammate, which is just unwinnable at this level.
That goes there.
Yep. And that just goes to show how powerful pressure is for this game. I mean, perceived pressure, actual pressure, no matter what it is, pressure is detrimental to try and pick out whoever you can.
Kyo swings
Arian
up for the
opening up
info, but just not aware of Arian's off there.
He's going to be opening up with this round, and that is going to be the Sentinel down. But, Juice, what is this positioning? He got spotted. Oh. Does he get spotted?
Oh.
He does get spotted out.
He spots his
Oh
foot.
no! Juice! Oh no! Multi! That's gonna be their controller down for the team of UFO. It's down to Swampy, Pinky Pong, and Sensa. They are spread out across the map. Swampy's gonna get the kill onto Glitch Gull, but Multi's there for the refrag. Vanilla lurking up B gets the kill onto Pinky Pong. It's down to Sensa in a 1v4, only having a Guardian and his ult along with 2 shock bolts here, but Spike is gonna be planted. And that is gonna be time ticking down for Sensa. He does feel the pressure. He's gonna try and walk up into this garage area. Does hear Arian drop a gun. He knows about an operator as well. Multi is actually gonna be pushing out here along with. He's gonna try to push out at least. He's trying to TP. He's trying that juice TP.
Intrigued him so much that he's gonna use it for himself.
I mean, he's looking at that wall. He's trying to get up there. I mean, Sensa doesn't really have much to do but try and save. Gets the kill into Multi. That's an exit frag and a Vandal for him there.
Let's see if he can keep it. He's being pinched from 2 angles. Aware of Vanilla. Vanilla chooses to back off. The
Gets a
silent
second.
doesn't manage to get him. Sensa finding 2 exit frags in that round.
Again, you take what you can. 2 exit
Absolutely.
frags, 1 exit frag. He did get that upgrade from a Guardian to a Vandal as well, and that's going to be helping out his team as he is going to be going on this hero buy here, being the only one on his team with with a proper rifle. The rest of UFO on sheriffs.
Revealing area.
Recon's coming up on both sides. Hunter's Fury invested from TXG. Connects with Swampy. Bring him down to low HP. Not aware of Glitch Gold, just sitting tucked behind that box.
And
Even up this
Swampy's
round.
down. It's down to a 4v4. 1 person down on each team. Kyo's gonna look the wrong way at the wrong time. Glitch Gold gets that kill. And the timing on that could not be more perfect. As this is all happening, C is opened up for the team of TXG, and they are going to get that spike down as well. It's going to be a 3v4 retake. However, the team of UFO do have the From the Shadows and that Hunter's Fury as well. So let's see if they can use it to their advantage here. I mean, they're going to try and spot out as many people on site. The dark covers are going to be doing the job of, you know, protecting that spike and just covering sidelines for the team of UFO, but the paranoia is gonna come through that dark cover. Sensa gets 1, but Silent PH answers back with 2. Now down to Juice in a 1v3, but the ghost's not good enough. Glitch Gull walking away with a 3k and the 3rd round.
Definitely, with Smoke still alive, that was very winnable for UFO on that retake, but they just took a little bit too long, uncomfortably long, so that they were forced to try and stick there, but just the barrage of util from TXG still online. And we see a timeout coming in from the side of
UFO.
Yes, UFO.
And I feel like they need this. Their momentum's gone. They won first pistol round, but TXG has managed to climb their way back up, and we did see a hero from the side of UFO. They do have enough to buy rifles, but is it going to be enough to fight the wrath of TXG? Now, TXG have come in guns blazing into this matchup. I mean, they know Haven so well. They've been able to fake out A every single time.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of this defaulty kind of we'll take A long, then we'll put pressure on B, and then we'll end C. And the
And
map control
yeah.
is just staying in their favor for the entire round.
UFO is rotating way too quickly. And that's just enabling the team of TXG to just walk up, take a free site, and that's not going to work in the favor of UFO. They need to keep anchoring site. They need to keep players on their positions, but Swampy looking AFK for a bit. We're going into the...
Looking at a 1-3-1
Bolt's not going to be spotting
default.
out anyone. Multi is going to be caught by that tripwire as well. They have info that there's one in C long and in garage as well, so they're going to try and take more of this C and mid area, but Silent PH getting that opening pick. The Owl drone comes in and they do not have to worry about any trap wires that have been set up by Kyo. Swampy is going to be the first contact here if they push through, and C again being the site for TXG here. Dark cover comes through and they are going to have to watch that. They do have the trap wires for anti-flank, but there is also Vanilla watching from long. I think they're going to try and play lineups here. And the chaos occurs as the fault line falls on Swampy. He tries to go in, but Arian and Glitchgull getting kills. Sensa again in a 1v4. A Guardian again as he gets one. The paranoia is set up here for Multi as he hears the gun trail, but it's not going to be enough. A 3k from Sensa here. Can he close it out with an ace? He still needs to defuse that spike as well. The Poison Orb and the Dark Cover are going to be a difficulty for him as he gets a 4k, but does not walk away with a round. Good econ damage, though.
Yeah, and that was definitely winnable as well. Massive kills coming in, but it's just not enough again. We're seeing the same thing on the opposite team as we saw last game. Just the kills coming out just a bit too late. All of those trades coming in and kills coming in on the C site from TXG, just absolutely instrumental in winning that round. TXG calm amidst the chaos of the retake. Just find those kills, find those clean head taps, and secure the round for themselves before retreating to main.
UFO need to have a little bit more cover over that garage C and B area, but with this less buy here, with this cheaper buy here, it's gonna be pretty difficult. But Swampy manages to get one of the controllers down with that Marshall headshot. The Owl drone is going to be coming in. They do see a lot of people over at mid, but Arian gets the trade onto Swampy, and that is going to even playing field out. But Vanilla lurked up already at A, and they're going to try and take this A side, but Pinky Ponk with that Sheriff is going to answer back as well. They are walking up long and short here. Pinky Ponk is in a little bit of a predicament, trying to get a kill, but Glitchgull is there. Gun diff gets him down. Pinky Ponk, the last line of defense there for the A side, but they have the Hunter's Fury, Sensa trying to get one, and he does get Arian. Now down to 1v2 as kill goes down. Sensa only with a Marshal and a Sheriff to work with here. 2 bullets as well. Can he find it? Unfortunately not. He does have shock bolts as well to try and delay that plan. But they're gonna stick it anyway. 6 bullets in the chamber for Sensa here. He did use that Hunter's Fury this round. Gets the kill into Glitchgull, but does not know where Silent PH is. Sticking to his name, being silent, walking around, and he gets the kill as well. Sensa goes down. 5 rounds to the side of TXG.
Tries to tap for the pressure there, but just unaware of his positioning. Just isn't fast enough to pull his gun back out. Gets taken down. Again,
Now-
the timeout not having much impact for the side of UFO. We see another 2 rounds after that going in TXG's favor.
Right
And
here.
again, a little bit of an Uno reverse card here for the side of UFO. TXG has more map
taken.
control, and
Cage
they
taken.
also have the econ advantage so far. But
Nowhere to run.
that Hunter Sphere is gonna coming in from Silent PH. His fault line's gonna try and delay them, but Pinky Pong's gonna be the one falling down here at C site, and they have less delay coming in from UFO. However, both trips are still up. One in garage, one over at B site, and they do have that Sova on the A side as well. They're gonna try. TXG is gonna try and put a little bit of pressure on A side, see if they can fake it out. But B is going to be the goal for the team of TXG as they break that trap wire there, and that Viper's Pit is coming out. They're going to try and secure this side as much as they can. They are aware that B is very, very vulnerable to pinches. However, Juice with the From the Shadows is going to go into the spawn. Multi gets the kill into Swampy, now down to a 3v5 situation here. And they are trying their best to get into this B side for the team of UFO. Aryan is going to be catching Juice with his back turned. Sensa goes down as well and is now down to Kyo, but Multi answers no to him staying alive. A flawless round coming in from TXG.
Yeah. They are just not letting UFO have anything here at all. They find that opening pick on C, which allows them to just slow down the round, look for those openings, and they found it in B. Completely open sight, allows them a Viper's Pit. I especially liked Multi there, playing from that off angle on the top of box in B main, finding 2. Just perfectly played. Perfectly played.
TXG is splitting the defense as well. And again, we find UFO on the downside of the economy. That's not going to matter. Vanilla is going to get a kill onto Swampy now. And again, UFO have fallen with the first blood. Kyo had tried to push out into garage, but that was too much noise for them. Looks like Vanilla is going to get the kill onto Kyo. Multi with a kill onto Juice. Now down to 2 people on the side of UFO. Sensa gets a trade onto Silent, but Aryan with the flick onto Sensa. It's down to Pinky Ponk in 1v3 as the blind comes out, and Glitch Call is there to have the back of Aryan. And that is going to be 7 rounds going to the side of TXG for this first half.
The main advantage by finding the pick at the start of that round, they just cannot overpower the Vandals from the side of TXG.
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to claw your way back from an economical advantage because money is the name of the game, especially when you're fighting someone or when you're fighting a team who is as good as you. So playing numbers, playing money, trying to save up as much as they can, trying to even out the playing field, that's what they need to do here on the side of UFO. They're going to have to try and anchor the sites a lot heavier than they have been.
Round slows down. They're kind of just wanting poke and prod, see what they can find. The defense is happy to just wait for any contact. Not trying to take space. I hear the drone shuffle around a little bit, but not making any major changes.
A little bit of chaos here over in mid as the martial shots go through window, connecting onto Aryan. And we do hear a lot over at A. The recon is going to do a lot for the team of TXG as it enables them to get 2 off the site, and they have A. However, look at the position of Multi here. He does have a chance to get the kill onto someone, onto Kyo. Spike isn't even planted yet. Multi goes down, now down to a 2v2 situation. However, Swampy is on 3 health because of those initial shots at the beginning of this round. And now the team of TXG are going to try and retake A here. Swampy left alone, and the Bladestormer is going to be connecting to his head. Spike is going to be going down. Kyo now found in a 1v2. He is fighting an operator, so he does have to be careful with these angles. Now, Kyo
with
pushing up a little
with
bit.
that neural theft coming out from Kyo, it gives them perfect info, but just not able to. The Neon from the side of UFO not able to fight them off with such low health.
Mm. And now the side of TXG are both playing over here in this long cubby area. It is planted for them, and Arian gets an up kill onto Kyo, making it a 3K for this round. 3-8 is the scoreline so far, and it's now the last round of the half where we see UFO in a little bit of a pickle when it comes to econ.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple Vandals, couple Guardians, and we're seeing the glass cannon operator coming out from Swampy, hoping to emulate the success Arian has had in this attack half with the operator.
Now, attack op is actually pretty risky to run. However, especially on Jet with that free get out of jail card with the Tailwind, it's not that bad. But Arian proving me right. Swampy goes down. That's the operator down for the side of UFO. Sensa spotted out in the backside, but he does damage. Gets the kill on the Silent PH. Arian again with a trade as the Viper wall goes up. Now, this is going to be difficult for the team of UFO. They don't have the best guns for a retake here. However, Kyo is going to find one through the poison orb and another as well, but does not know about Vanilla as he gets killed off. Pinky Ponk and Juice are able to get into this B site here, but Multi is there over at Grass trying to kill them off, trying to delay the defuse, and he does successfully as he gets the last 2 kills of the round. 9-3 in favor of TXG.
Yeah, it was so good watching TXG be so proactive in their post plants, not opting to just wait for the defense to retake back in, but actually taking that space C. Even though they did lose 2 men to that fight, they did get the trade, and then that space is theirs. That is more space that the defenders are forced to re-clear.
And we are having a tech pause
Yes.
from UFO. But so far, UFO have a long way to go. They are down 6 rounds, and this is going to be really difficult for them to come back. Because although it is an even playing field, the team of TXG are only a few rounds away from map away from them. And we go into a map 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, UFO already on the same amount of rounds TXG got in the last map. It's already, like, pushing it, it's already a improvement. But again, it is an attacker-sided map. So 9-3 may not be all that bad of a half if UFO managed to string a couple of rounds here in a row. A pistol win and an eco for them could easily bring them back into this game.
Easily. Now, if they find this momentum shift, they are going to find themselves in a lot of a better position here. However, they don't have that same control as TXG do with that Viper. And the double controller is actually showing its pros here, as TXG was able to just control the entire map for their attacking half. Let's see if they can do it for the defending here, and let's see what UFO can do for their attacking half as well. Now, the double initiator is gonna be a lot better for them because it is a lot more aggressive. They are able to set up plays for Swampy to dash in with that high gear, and they can get info with the Sensa Sova. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting half that we have coming up. Maybe we're going to see a little bit of a table turn here from the side of UFO. Maybe they'll take a lot more control, or they'll show what they had in the Sunset map, where they are very aggressive. They just don't care whoever's on side. They're gonna win their duels. There's only one way to find out, and that's time. Time will only tell. Maybe they can answer back. But 9-3 again, very, very detrimental for the mental as well. And in Valorant, it's always a mental game. No matter how you look at it. If you play for fun, it's always a mental game. If your opponents get into your head, that is pretty much GG's.
Yeah, and having strung 9 rounds in a row for TXG,
Hmm.
I can imagine that UFO trying to use this tech pause to hopefully just reset their mental going into this half. They're gonna be like, come on team, we are on the favored side now. Let's do this.
They do have a favorable comp as well for the attacking side. I mean, as I said at the start of the game, the Neon Breach combo is just insanely good because of the coordination that these both teams have. I mean, both teams look like they are going to be ready, and the tech pause is over. But again, I can't wait to see this first pistol round. This is probably going to show like what's going to be happening for the rest of the attacker side for UFO. And as we see, they are going for more map control on the side of TXG as they push out mid. It's going to be an all-out mid brawl here, as the dark cover is not going to be enough to cover up multi, sorry. Vanilla left alone over at the B backside here as Silent PH goes down. Swampy connecting his kills as well. Glitch Gull now found in a 1v5. It's going to be a flawless round for the pistol here. They do opt to go as far away as from Glitch Gull as they can. The cage comes out and Pinky Pong is just going to be confidently swinging out a 3k from him. And that's going to be the first round of this half going to the side of UFO.
Flawless round in a flawless pistol round for the side of UFO. An impressive showing. They just choose to 5-man death ball it down onto the B side. And whether or not TXG read it, they were also planning to try and fight mid, but were just shut down by the larger numbers from UFO. It was 5 versus 3.
It was complete chaos over at mid, so let's see if they can emulate that again. As the poison orb is there over at C, they're gonna try and push into the C side. No trap wires in hand. The fault line is gonna be coming out as well. Glitch Gull with the classic and backside, nothing to do against the judge of Swampy as they have C side for free already. But Kyo on the lurk could be very, very important for this round. If Kyo can get more than one on this garage lurk, that is gonna spell out the beginning of the end of this round here. However, it looks like TXG are going to be playing a little bit more slow as the dark covers come out as well. Whoa, Sensa not even having to see Aryan there, getting the kill with the wall bang. The judge comes in from Swampy, but Vanilla is there to answer back. Juice and Pinky Pong already having to refrag, and the Sheriff of Multi's not going to be doing much against the size and the amount of people coming in from UFO.
UFO not even giving TXG a chance to retake that site there. Shooting down the first one with the Sheriff and then just running down the rest of them. No concern whatsoever to fly the bomb, ready to just take those eco frags.
They had info, they had kill outside garage as well, which enabled them to know if there was anyone flanking, and there was no info at all. They were confident in swinging CT here, but the dark cover is going to be coming in. Swampy already up close and personal with that judge. He can do a lot of damage, but just a little bit of chip damage coming in from him there, as the side of TXG are going to be playing a little bit more heavily towards this A site where UFO are planning to hit. However, that Owl Drone's going to spot out 2 people over at A main. They do know Swampy's still in sewers here. They're going to keep an eye on him. And it looks like the side of UFO are going to be creeping up slowly, scaling silently. As Sensa is going to be the first contact. The recon dart is going to be spotting out 2 people here over at long. The recon fought back. They're trying to get as much info as they can. The fault line's not going to be enough as Swampy goes down, but he gets a goal onto Multi here. Silent PH with the trade, now down to a 4v4. However, Multi has lost one of their controller players. And it looks like UFO is opting for a little bit of a rotate here. They have made enough noise.
30
It looks
seconds left.
like the side of TXG have read this as well as they're going out into CT, still being wary of that A push as they feel like there is going to be one kill. Hearing the jump of Silent PH as he goes down. Sensa over at C gets the kill onto Glitch Call, and that is going to be enabling them to get the spike down. Vanilla already deep into this C site as he gets a kill. Arian and Vanilla make it a 2v2, but Juice on the off angle gets the kill on the Vanilla. Now down to Arian, a 1v1, Phantom in hand, 17 bullets. Does know that Juice is somewhere on site. The Guardian is going to be very, very close, but Arian gets the timing as well. The Tailwind's going to be activated, and he gets the 3k. 1 health and a dream, gets the defuse, and that is going to push them to double digits.
Yeah, just clutch that for his team there.
What would you all do without
Very impressive. Even though UFO had the correct call to rotate to C, leaving the A player for the lurk, who actually did find the kill, they were still able to just claw their way back and find that retake.
It was the beginning of the end when Pinky Ponk fell down over at Seaside, and it was only Juice holding down that site. I think that Arian knew that Kyo was somewhere in CT, so he had to swing. As we're coming into this next round here, Swampy is going to be the first contact, spotting out Silent PH, and the relay bolt is going to be there to try and catch him off guard, but that fast lane is going to help him get in. Along with that high gear, Pinky Ponk gets a kill into Multi, and that's going to be a free A side coming in for the side of UFO, as they are still
spike planted?
a full team of 5. The shock bolt's going into heaven. Glitch Gold taking a little bit of damage. Pinky Ponk is going to spot him out as well. Kyo with a shorty is going to try and play in this cage, but as it falls, he's going to have to fall back as well. Now down to Vanilla in a 1v5 as the Flawless comes in, and Kyo with a shorty. He's going to get that kill as well.
Again, the rounds where UFO are winning, they're very flawless rounds, and the rounds that TXG are winning at the moment are very close. So it looks like there might be, now that it is full buys from both sides, we are definitely seeing a bit of a momentum shift to the side of UFO, bringing the score a bit closer, back to 6-10.
However, do note as well that UFO did win the first 3 rounds of this match. They had all the momentum they wanted, but still they fell to the attacking side of TXG. But look at this play coming in from TXG. They're going to try and take the flank out. They're going to try to take the lurk out, and they do. Vanilla gets the first pick onto Kyo, and that's going to be the tripwires down. They are going to be able to flank this entire team of UFO. The Owl Drone comes in. Multi gets the kill in Sensa. Now down to the 3v5 situation as the team of TXG have to retake. Glitch Gull up in heaven, spotting or hearing where the team or the members of UFO are playing. Multi is going to put in the dark cover. Glitch Gull gets killed in Swampy, now down to a 2v5 situation. Pinky Ponk is trapped in the dark cover, but he gets 2 out of it as well. And that flashpoint is going to enable him to get a 3rd. And Juice following it up with 2 more. A 3k from Pinky Ponk, a 2 from Juice, as they win the 5v2.
What an unconventional smoke in hell as well, that just allows Pinky Ponk to find all of those kills, isolate them one by one, even get the spray through that smoke, and find those kills to save that round for UFO, which was looking like not very winnable round. After dropping Kyo so early, the side of TXG chose to flip the map on its half and attack into A instead. It just was shut down.
It
Nothing
looks
else
like
to
the
say.
side Looks like the side of UFO is going to be opting for this C push here, as Swampy is going to try and get set up with the front line, but he falls. Glitch Gull falls as well, and there's going to be no trap wires on the C side. The TP coming in from Juice, and it looks like Vanilla is a little bit confused. Arian is trying to fight his way through. Juice gets the kill, and Kyo is still on that lurk. Multi now over here trying to take that mid info. Pinky Pong gets 2 people over at C, but that is no use trying to push through over at C because it is planted over at A. An amazing from the shadows play coming in from Juice and the side of UFO as they know that A has been freed up. And now it's Multi in a 1v3. Has a Vandal in hand, but only half shields. It gets spotted out by Pinky Pong. They know where he is. The flashpoint is going to be coming out from him, but Multi is going to catch him mid-air as well. The trapwire is going to be shot out, and Multi looks like he's going to go for a little bit of the a D2 here. Sorry. Juice on 15 health here, though, is going to be very low, but as time ticks down, Multi has to make a choice to save his gun. That's going to be the 8th round for UFO. They've won their 8th round, and they are climbing their way back. They're clawing their way back. They're trying to hold on as long as possible.
It was a good rotate call to come off the C side and rotate back around to A, and leaving Pinky Pong there as a kind of insert, managing to find 2 picks. Absolutely instrumental in winning that round there. And again, five out of the 6 attacking rounds have been won for the side of UFO.
But we do see a Viper's Pit coming over at C. That's going to give good control over to TXG. They're going to try and spot out Vanilla here, but the recon just goes a little bit too far back into C site. They do know that backside C is clear, but they're going to have to rotate as they are doing now. However, it looks like they're trying to still take advantage of the fact that they have Viper's Pit down over at C. Multi spotting out Kyo, gets him low already as if Cyber Cage has come out as well. Tailwind coming out from Arian as he tries to rotate. Help over at B, and again, there's no map control for the team of UFO except for this mid area. However, they are pushing up to this A site, but Glitch Gull does have his setup there, so the team of TXG don't really have to worry about A site too much, and it looks like UFO is going to be trying to end here at the A site. However, this setup is going to be very, very difficult for them to stop as Glitch Gull gets the info that there are already 3 up along from the shadows coming in from the side of TXG for an insta rotate. A Paranoia comes in as well as that dark cover. Now that Hunter's Fury is coming in too, trying to spot out as anyone. However, does not get anyone at all. Kyo gets a kill into Glitch Gull. That's a Cypher down. Juice TPing into his own dark cover. Swampy gets a kill into Arian over up at Heaven as well. Swampy is going to be trying to get more value here, but Pinky Pong with the flashpoint gets a kill, and Sensa follows it up with his own. Multi now down to 1v5 as he gets a kill on Swampy, and now they are going to have to pinch in onto Multi here. Kyo with the shorty tries to get as much damage as he can, but Juice is there to follow it up, and that is going to be 3 people left alive for the side of UFO, and they walk away with the round as well. They are 1 round away from tying it up.
We see the timeout coming out from TXG here. Definitely a necessary timeout with 1 round off equalizing the game. What do you think they're talking about in this timeout, Eclipse?
They're probably trying to get their mental back into the game. I mean, coming into a 9-10 when you had a 6-round lead in the first half has to be very, very difficult to come over in the mental side of things. Now, I feel like they're going to try and re-strategize. Try and put Glitch Gull over back at C. Maybe hold A a little bit longer. Maybe put a little bit more people over at A. They can retake B if they need to.
Yeah, I mean, for the last couple rounds, we've been seeing a sort of 1-3-1 kind of defensive strategy, having Glitch over at A, seeing seeing the likes of Vanilla over at C, and then the rest of them kind of fighting for that garage and B space, and then playing the retakes on the extremities. But perhaps, as you said, we're seeing now two players looking to fight long, A long, and then moving the stall units over to the side of C. Opting almost to give up B entirely, it looks like.
I mean, did I predict it or not? There is going to be a little bit of a push coming into C here, as well as a multi not knowing that he is right in front of the team of UFO. Gets one, gets two, tries to get the spray down, gets the third. Multi with a multi-kill, living up to his name, and that's going to be the spike down over at A as well. Now it's down to Pinky Bonk and Sensa for the team of UFO to try and win this round out. They have done this before, however, it is not in their favor. They don't have spike, they don't have control, and multi already in the reposition. Sansa gets spotted out by multi as he is going to be pushing up here. Multi with a 4K already, but the ace is going to be stolen by Arian. An amazing round still coming in from multi here, shutting down that A push.
Yeah, I imagine they're saying to each other, right, they're not worried about the ace at this point. They are just happy to have another round on the board.
2 more rounds, and that's going to be game over for this map, for the side of UFO. And we go into a third map, but 9-11, that is still very winnable. They can claw their way back up. We have seen it throughout this entire half for the side of UFO. But maybe that timeout was very essential for the team of TXG. We are seeing a little bit more of a split defense coming in from them. 2 on C, 3 on A. They know that UFO is more A heavy as Arian opens up the round with the kill onto Sensa. And now the team of UFO is going to try and get the trade. They do, but Silent PH has something to say about it as he gets 2. Unlucky, cannot get the third. Now down to Juice in a 1v2. He does not have much util to work off. But as we were seeing all that transpire down at A long, multi had actually crept up into A short for the flank kill on to 2 of the members for UFO. Juice now with a Vandal does know that there's one to his left and his right. Unfortunately, cannot get both as Vanilla closes out this round. Match point now for the team of TXG.
Match point.
And now, this is going to be a very, very essential round for UFO to win. They have to try and get themselves into double digits. They are on an even playing field here as well, as everyone does have the Vandal and Phantoms here. Now, the Recon Bolt is going to be coming into C. The Shock Bolts are going to be cutting out the tripwire there. And they're going to try and set up Swampy for another quick entry. The double dash using that the overdrive. Unfortunately, cannot spot out more than one. Glitch Call gets a kill on the Swampy. Multi goes for the Shrouded Step over onto that elevator area. Juice gets a kill, but gets killed off kill. Getting a kill, but again, another trade. Glitch Call with a 3K already for this round. Now down to a 2v2 situation. The team of UFO have 2 ults to work off here. They have the Hunter Spear and the Rolling Thunder. Is that going to be enough? Pinky Pong shutting down Glitch Call. Now down to Silent PH in a 1v2. The Recon Bolt is not going to be spotting him out. And now the repause from Pinky Pong is going to be beneficial as he gets the wallbang headshot kill onto Silent PH. They do get the double digits that they very desperately need for the team of UFO. And it's now coming down to the wires, ladies and gentlemen. 10-12. This is looking like an insane matchup for the second map. Now, TXG know that they are going to be actually winning. They have to win. Actually, if they don't win this next round, that's going to be one step closer to GG's for them in this tournament or in this first bracket. Now, Silent PH is going to be putting that recon bolt into A main as they are aware. And the Rolling Thunder is going to be coming in as well from is going to be coming in from Pinky Punk, as Swampy is going to capitalize on that. So is Juice as they get 1 kill each. Now down to a 3v5 situation. Spikes are going to be going down. Arian is going to be holding this smoke, this dark cover, as he barely spots out Swampy, but Swampy gets a kill. Glitch Gold there for the trade. Now down to 2v4 situation. Glitch Gold having his knife out at the wrong time. It's down to Silent PH, but he falls to the Vandal of Sensa. It's now 11 to 12 here. Again, down to the wire. Are we going to have an overtime here? But it is going to be a little bit of an even playing field here. Swampy did use that overdrive 2 rounds ago, so that is going to be pretty difficult for him to entry. However, this setup coming in from Pinky Punk is very, very nice. With the util coming in from him is very, very essential for Swampy to enter here. But as we're going into this next round, we do see a little bit more of a spread out defense as we have been seeing for the past few rounds. Kyo is going to be trying to go into this garage area. He does have a garage control as well. He's going to go into the window, but Swampy is going to be caught in that trap wire. Does spot out Glitch Gold's gun, and that's going to be the end of him. Silent PH getting kill onto Sensa with a Hunter's Fear. Now down to 4 people on the side of TXG. They have to play their cards right as a spike is planted here as well. Now, the From the Shadows coming in from Multi is going to enable him to use that operator to his advantage, try and play the range game. However, that dark cover is going to be disabling his sight lines for probably 75% of long, and that enables Swampy and the rest of his team like Pinky Pong to get their kills. Vanilla and Multi getting 1 kill each, down to Swampy in a 1v1 as he gets the 4k in the clutch, and that's gonna lead them into overtime.
Massive shots from Swampy, bringing this game back to the side of UFO, bringing this game to overtime, 12 all. Wow, what a retake. Oh, what a post-plan, sorry. just stuck in that little spot there, finds both of those final 2 kills.
He isolated the 1v1s perfectly there.
Yeah. And it was a good play from, it was a good play using the, from the shadows to try and take that long space, but it just not enough time with the with the dark cover going up, blocking off his sidelines.
Now as we're going into this first round of this first overtime, we are going to be seeing recon bolts coming in both over at A. However, TXG are opting for a little bit more of a B push here as they are going to try and take control of garage and B main. They take out that trap wire that was holding down B, but they do not know about Swampy, so they're going to play a little bit more silent here, cut noise a little bit, use a little bit of their refreshable utility as they actually opt to fall back. They think that they actually faked UFO out, but UFO not moving from their positions here.
Seeing the same default from them that we saw in their defensive half with Sensor and Juice tucked inside. The Odin getting value but traded out immediately.
Now TXG are parasitically infiltrating this A site as it's now left to Pinky Pong in a 1v4. That Odin did not do much but get 1 kill. Now Pinky Pong has to answer back. He does have 2 flashpoints and an aftershock. He's going to use that aftershock very, very well, getting Silent PH out of that deadly corner. Now Vanilla is there to swing out on the contact. The flashpoint is coming out. Unfortunately, there's just way too many people holding him. Pinky Pong goes down.
Yeah, and again, we are just seeing how attacker-sided this map is. The offense of TXG just running it down, working that site, taking those fights, getting the trades, then playing a perfect post-plant.
They had the numbers advantage that entire round as well. Only one of them going down. And That was very detrimental for their post plant there. There were so many people posted up watching that CT. If one got flashed, the others didn't. I mean, that was just perfect.
I'd like to point out this attack, this defensive ult coming from Arian. Just misses his shot and chooses to pull back. The
We
cage
have
and the drone
seen
forces
him.
him back.
And there he goes, the relay bolts as well coming in, but Multi using the dark cover to his advantage, gets one, gets two. Can he get a third? The reload is there, but unfortunately Sensa gets him down. He shuts him down, now down to 2v3. Glitch Gull and Vanilla on the side of TXG. Vanilla a little bit far away as he would wish to be to trade out Glitch Gull, and they did hear the footsteps coming in through a link. Glitch Gull using that cyber case to try and block off the hell angle, and Glitch Gull and Vanilla gets one each. Now down to a 1v2. It's gonna be Sensa alone, but that is gonna be spelling out the end of this game as TXG pull it through in the first overtime, 14-12, and we go through to a game 3.
Wow, what a game. We really
Oh
saw
my
a
goodness.
lot of things coming out from both sides there. I could definitely see why it was TXG's map pick. They had a lot of set protocols ready, but again, the defensive side of Haven is just so difficult.
And I think we saw them take advantage of the double controller because they let Viper take B and A at the same time, while Multi was just there to be able to, you know, stay at A for extra firepower, or he can play C and deny the team of UFO to enter. Now, that was really back and forth.
Yeah.
Both teams on their attacking side having the advantage, but in the end it came down to an overtime, and TXG just played a little bit better on the first on that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it was just them isolating those 2v1s in that retake there. They used the Cypher cage to get the guy on the left, double swung through the cage again to get the guy sitting hell, and then just waited for the Sova to swing from sewers and take him out. It was decisive micro decisions that won them that overtime.
There's not much else. There's not much else that you can ask for. I mean, in this type of situation where you have a team that is as good as you want the most advantage as you can.
Yeah. And I mean, it's exactly what I said coming to light, that maybe UFO did have the macro advantage, but when it came to those micro fights, those micro decisions, it was the side of TXG pulling through.
Now we are going to a map 3. Tell me about this map choice.
Yeah, I mean, Pearl, it'll be a very interesting one. It's kind of a middle ground between Sunset and Haven, I'd like to say. There is
Yeah.
a lot more mid space to be worked around with, but again, only a 2-site map. So we should see a lot of those mid-round calls making a lot of the difference in the round.
It's very difficult to say. I mean, as you said, it's a middle ground for Pearl. Pearl does have those long sight lines, but it also has a lot of corners. However, the map is also pretty big for being a 2-side map. I mean, this is just gonna have to be the battle of the brains.
Yeah. I mean, but again, there is room for those sort of aggressive players that we saw from UFO on Sunset as well, though. And with Sunset being such a close map compared to Haven, I'd like to say this map is probably a slightly UFO advantage. But again, we'll have to wait until we see the team comps to see what sort of play style they're going to go for.
I feel like UFO is going to come in with that same aggressiveness as they've shown throughout this series.
Yeah, I agree. All right. We're going to move to a quick break before we head into the next map. We'll see you soon.
See ya. And we are back. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Are we gonna talk about that last game? That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second overtime of VCC, and this will be the first time we go to a third map in VCC OCC.
And it looks like both teams are ready. Again, Pearl is gonna be an interesting map.
Yeah, definitely. Middle ground between Haven and Sunset. We should see a lot of the best parts of both teams coming out in this game.
Now, Pearl does award a lot of aggressiveness, and from both sides actually. So it's not gonna be very attacker sided since it is a little bit more of a congested map. It's gonna enable the defenders to push out.
Yeah. Interested to see the team comps. We perhaps might see another, like, controller-heavy comp coming in from TXG.
And I mean, for any map, essentially, map control is what you want, especially going up against someone who is equally as skilled as your own team. It's gonna be really difficult to keep the control of the map throughout the game. I mean, both teams have shown that they can both adjust adequately. So both teams know what they're doing. They know how to work around each other, and that is going to be really difficult to keep control of the map, as we have seen in both the Sunset and the Haven game. So this is going to be really interesting. Again, coming into the comps, we do see UFO opting for a double initiator. However, they have left the breach behind.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like a fairly standard comp from the side of UFO for this map. You've got the solo duelist for taking the space. They got the Vice to lock down the site on the B side, and then double Inish to play info for the rounds, and then obviously Astra for universal util. We're seeing very close comp, very similar style of comp from the side of TXG. Opting for double duelist instead, having the Jet for the KO, I would say, the Sovra for the Fade, and then the Cypher for the Vice.
I mean, either way, both Vice and Cypher are very, very good on a map like Pearl.
Yes.
But I'm surprised to see that there's not much Molly util that they can do for the side of UFO. I mean, they need to capitalize off that shear wall, so this is going to be really interesting. On the side of TXG, however, we have info, we have flashes, we have an easy entry, as well as you said earlier, the universal util coming in from Astra. And that and those trapwires coming in from Cypher are also gonna provide an extra layer of protection from that flank.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that will suit TXG's playstyle very well. Just leaving two info trips up, maybe mid and one of the sites, allowing them to kind of work the rest of the map.
And it's actually really interesting how the side of TXG are actually just going for a mid split here. I mean, they're trying to take
Let's
more
go there.
control over A, and statistically,
I need this. My
people
thanks.
push A first round more than they push B on Pearl. I mean,
Yes, this should do.
I've seen it in a lot of comp games, a lot of scrims, a lot of tournament games where they try and push A first before before the other side, and it looks like this is going to be going into favor for the side of TXG. Now, TXG are going to be trying to get that mid control, as Aryan and Multi are going to get one kill each, but Sense is going to be answering back with a trade of his own. He gets up a free ghost from his fallen comrades over at mid. Now, it is already down to 3 people on the side of UFO, but they do have all the flashes that they want in the world, but Sensa gets that kill onto Glitchkull, and that's going to be the utility down for the controller. Pinky Pong pushing in already to try and get that connector control, and they have a gateway into this A site here.
Yeah. But they're not aware of the backside work still existing. Slowly being pinched in on. Glitch Goal doing well to play containment here.
And things have slowed down as well. Now, the side of UFO look like they're going to try and do a mid cut towards B main. They're going to try and take B site here. They're going to rotate. They're going to play it a little bit more safe. And that's working in their favor, as we can see that all three of TXG's members are over on that A side. The Arc Rose coming in for that flash. And Sensa still having his own flash drive for himself as well. And now that that 0 point is going to be coming in soon too. So that is going to be working in the favor of UFO. However, Sensa uses it on Link, does not spot anyone, and that gives info that, you know, the side of TXG are playing in from CT. They spot one out in tower. The Arc Rose is going to go down. However, Sensa with a 4K already. Can he make it an ace? He does with 4 health in a dream. A flu game performance from Sensa coming in for the first round as he gets the ace.
First ace of the series goes to Sensa. Really well played. Very much the correct decision to work their way out of Art and back towards the B. And it was correct timing too. Had they gone a little earlier, they would have ran into the lurk of Glitch Goal.
And Sensa getting that glaze from Kyo.
I might have missed that one, but it was very well played from Sensa.
Again, looking like an A push coming in from UFO, and team of TXG are wary for that B push now. However, that trap wire is going to spot out trouble. However, that fake out is going to be faking out that trap wire as the Prowler gets vision onto Vanilla and Swampy gets a kill. Now, the team of UFO have a site already. A spike is going to be planted. The flash is coming out. Silent PH falls. Now down to 3 people on the side of TXG. Glitch Goal, Arian, and Multi as Arian goes down. Swampy with 3K already. Pinky Ponk following it up with 2 kills of his own. And that's going to be a round 2 win going in for the favor of UFO.
Yeah, perfectly played by the side of UFO. They pushed A, which is a surprising pick for an anti-eco round, but they made it work using the Yoru clone to get the TP out, to get the tripwire out, and just force their way on and find those picks.
And again, they're not going to stop doing the strat until it fails. I mean, they've done it 3 times in a row now where they're pushing A, the Arc Rose in Art to try and flush out and try and get info if there's anyone holding there. And now Sensa and the rest of UFO already having deep control of this A main area. Swampy spotting out that trapwire is going to actually take it out without the use of the fake out. And now he is going to be falling back alongside the team of UFO, only using 1 Prowler for that fake. And Kyo actually having mid control here is going to be very detrimental for the team of TXG. There are no trap wires left over on this mid to B side. Kyo gets the first pick onto Vanilla, but an insta trade coming in from Glitch Goal.
Interesting to see that Vanilla is actually playing away from his tripwire setup, aware that null command is online for Sensa. But Glitch Goal shuts down the sensor. That null command will not be used in this round.
Aryan falls to the deep control that Pinky Ponk has, and now A side is free yet again. The Prowler comes in, spots out the fake out, and they are gonna be faked out like that. That Fade Haunt is gonna be coming in, and that blind side is gonna be coming out from Multi here, trying to fake out that secret push. Now, the spams are coming in through the smoke. Multi's gonna flash out, but gets killed off by Juice. Glitch Goal with the 3K already, with the trade, but Pinky Ponk is there to answer back.
Again, we're starting to see what we saw in the first map, that those final kills are just not making that difference that they need it to.
They're gonna have to play their rounds very, very carefully on the side of TXG here, so
Yeah. Losing
whatever
their
they can
bonus-
take.
Or sorry, the bonus conversion for UFO is putting a severe damper on TXG's economy. Looks like they're going for Deagles and Light Shields for this round. with no ults online to kind of alleviate the pressure on him in this round. Despite the gun disadvantage, Arian finds 2, trade out by Joe.
Silent PEH with a follow-up, but Juice is there to answer back. Now down to a 3v2, and it's Vanilla and Glitchgull alone for the side of TXG. Glitchgull cannot find the dink onto Sensa as he gets killed out. Now Vanilla, 58 HP, a Sheriff, a Dream. What can he do against 3 people for the side of UFO? Now they are very aware for this wraparound, and the cage actually just puts him in a disadvantage as Kyo is able to peek out from a link and gets his 3rd kill of the round. 4-0 is the scoreline in favor of UFO.
It was a really good try by Arian in that round, going for that aggressive A push with that Deagle, and he did find those first 2 kills, but just was not able to get out and ended up being traded. That gun advantage really showing its teeth in that round.
Very good round, though. We do know that TXG are able to come back from an economical disadvantage. We are also aware that UFO know how to play around that, so this is going to be really, really interesting, as Multi actually already in this cubby area here is not going to get spotted out. He gets 3 with a spray down and TP's out with 17 health left to spare.
What a play. Uses the fake out behind the column in order to redirect the attention of UFO, and just finds those 3 and TP's out with his life, making it 5v2 for UFO. 5v2 for TXG.
Now UFO stuck in a little bit of a predicament here. Kyo gets a wallbang kill into Multi as he was already low, and he's showing a lot of presence over at that B side, and that forces 2 members of TXG to rotate over into this B link. Now watch as Juice is actually just taking this B link control unaware to the side of TXG. Now they don't know where he is, they know where Kyo is, but Juice is gonna find the timing, gets the kill into Silent PH, but does not know that Glitchgull has already pushed up. Juice goes down, it's down to Kyo in a 1v3, but he falls to the Phantom of Vanilla.
Multi, MVP of that round, very clearly finding those first 3. The round is unwinnable from that point. 5v2. Just putting a lot of pressure on the attack.
And the fact that he got both initiators with that spray down as well, that actually disabled the team of UFO to actually go in with ease. So they were kind of trapped over at that B long area, but we did see Juice try and trade it out, try and lurk, and try and get the positioning. But we do see a Prowler coming in. The recon bolt is going to spot out 4 people on the side of UFO. Now,
with the shooting on Swampy, it looks like we are going to see the dimensional drift come out.
Ooh, this is very, very dangerous as well. As the fake out comes in, he's not going to get the shorty kill, unfortunately, as Multi also TP's out. He was reading it, but as we were talking about, that Silent gets 2, but gets traded off. Pinky Punk and Juice are down, and that is going to be no controller coming in for the side of UFO, as we do see this as we see this cosmic divide coming through. However, that volley lineup coming in from Sensa, Swampy getting 2 people on site. Now it's Glitchgull in a 1v1 as he gets the kill onto Swampy. Now Sensa using that flash drive to draw out attention. The spam is barely there. He's not blind, and Sensa falls. Glitchgull winning a round 2 for the team of TXG in a basically unwinnable situation there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was very close. Swampy with his flash going through that cosmic divide managed to find 2 and then nearly a 3rd, but then he's shut down. Glitchgull in that 1v2 manages to isolate both kills and get the defuse.
That was really, really smart. He used the smoke to isolate his 1v1s. He was able to kill Swampy really easily there.
Had Swampy reloaded his shorty earlier in that round, that fight could have gone very differently.
Yeah. However, speaking of Swampy, he is the only one in this game with just a sheriff now, but the Nebulas are going to be coming in here. Vanilla is going to get the first pick. Sensa with a trade. Sensa looking for more Vanilla. Suppressed as well. The blind side is going to catch Vanilla off guard. And now the team of UFO do have this A side. Silent PH trying to silently get his way into sight along with Aryan, and he does. Pinky Bonk going down. So is Swampy. Vanilla is gonna be getting that kill. Sensa gets traded out, not before he get a kill. Now down to Juice in a 1v2, and that is gonna be a positional advantage for Vanilla here as he ends around with a 3k.
Yeah, I mean, that was just the gunfights being won, the trades coming through on their way through art, and then just winning those gunfights on site is all that they needed then. Right. Well, TXG have 3 ults online. They have Hunter's Fury, Dimensional Drift, and Bladestorm, whereas the side of UFO have Null Command, Steel Garden, and Cosmic Divide. Very round deciding ults. So we'll see how they are used this round.
I mean, UFO have 3 of the most powerful ults on this map. However, it does look like the read from TXG is coming in. The Tailwind is going to be activated. The Cosmic Divide is coming through. And it's going to be all out chaos. Swampy getting us off, kicking us off. Aryan and Silent were there to get their own kills. Kyo and Juice, Kyo and Pinky Ponk getting their own kills now. This Cosmic Divide is going to enable them to plant the spike as well. Now, Glitch Gull is going to be trying to sneak his way through the fake defuse, and the Thorns bounce off him. Pinky Pong getting that kill. Now down to 1v3 Vanilla. You can't really move there or else you die. And he does. Pinky Bonk with a 3k to end the round, winning UFO their 5th round of this half.
So well played by UFO in that round. The 0 point on column at the start of that round, disabling both the teleport of Multi and the dash of Aryan, forcing them to commit themselves to that fight in B long, and being traded out. Cosmic Divide used, and just the site is theirs from that point onwards.
I mean, it's a really difficult round if you're TXG. I mean,
Yeah.
you got 2 of your duelists without their get out of jail free cards, but the Null Command is gonna make that even worse here. And they actually methodically use the ult one round after another. Sensa is gonna be dropping the spike in a confusing manner. I mean, Silent gets the first blood onto Swampy, but Sensa and Juice answer with their own, and a Steel Garden coming in from UFO just to disable them a little bit more. Kyo gets the kill on the Glitch Gull, now down to 2 people on the side of TXG as Pinky Pong jumps into danger and walks out alive.
Just runs his way through, confident that the Steel Garden is forcing them onto the weaker weaponry. And wow, the util layering, the alt layering there, really well played. They used the Cosmic Divide the round before, and then the Overdrive, the Null Command for the exec, and then the Steel Garden for the post plan. Just nothing the defenders can do against all of that util.
Now, UFO now have the Nightfall and the Dimensional Drift to work with for this round, so let's see if they're gonna utilize it. Swampy going in with that Dimensional Drift, as mentioned earlier, does spot out Vanilla. They're gonna try and get the spam on him, but Swampy has nowhere else to go but Halls here, and that actually enables his team to go into that B site. The spike is going to be going down here as Hunter's Fury is going to be desperately trying to cancel the plant. Kyo's going to be sticking it, but he falls, and now it's down to a 4v5 retake in favor of TXG as they have the numbers advantage here as well. Sensa holding this B-link area. The Nightfall comes through. Glitch Gull gets the first kill of this encounter. Sensa with the follow-up. TXG silently killing off these members of UFO one by one, and they actually win out the round here. That is going to be very detrimental. Now, UFO used 2 ults there.
Yeah, I mean, they use them both to get in, but the Cosmic Divide, proving to be such a significant ult on this map, allows TXG to isolate the fights, get back in, and then the flank from Aryan coming in to be absolutely perfect in finding those last kills.
That was amazing timing. And now, the side of UFO are opting for a tactical timeout called by Kyo. So they are actually going to have to rework their game plan here. I mean, they need to get as much rounds on attacking as they can.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't known for being that much of an attacker-sided map, but we might see that these comps, these teams, very much prefer the attacking side, much like in Haven.
Yeah, I mean, with that double innie and that, like, they have so many flashes to work off of. They have the Yoru blindside, they have the Arc Rose coming in from Vice, and the flash drive from KO here, plus the info util coming in from Fade. So they really, really need to win as many attacking rounds as possible, because that is what their comp is centered around. They are centered around aggression. They're centered around attacking side, and it's gonna be a lot easier for them to attack than it is to defend. They don't have much to hold the sites down.
TXG have chosen to stack 4 of their players towards A with a solo lurk of Vanilla on the B side.
Deploying drone.
And it is going to be a mid push coming in from the side of UFO. Now, the Owl Drone spots 2 of them out here. They do know that it is very heavily mid, but as we can see, Sensa is actually just trying to creep up his way through B, but Multi is going to find one. Can he connect? 1, 2. The blindside comes out. He gets a third as well. Multi getting 3 in mid, and that is going to be very, very difficult for Sensa in a 1v5. He has a Guardian. The spike is down at mid. They have the control over for the side of TXG, and this is going to be really difficult for him to win out, let alone get more than 1 or 2 kills here. So let's see how he plays it out. He does have those he does have the flash drive and the fragment, but Multi is going to be getting that 4K as well. And that is going to be closing out that round, and is now the last round before the switch. 5-6 on the scoreline.
Really like the proactivity we're seeing from TXG in the latter half of this defense. Like, Multi and Aryan both having their moments on the flank, making that space, and then finding those crucial picks to those rounds.
I mean, it is really, really difficult to attack a team of defenders who really want to take space. I mean, again, as I said earlier, taking space and map control is what you really want in a matchup like this. Swampy is going to be trying to take that first contact, but is going to be falling down to the hands of Aryan. And Juice is there to follow it up with the kill of his own. Now down to a 4v4, equal on each side. Both 2 duelists down. And now Kyo follows up with a kill onto Vanilla. Sorry. And now they do know that most of the people on TXG have rotated over to A. So they're going to try and take as much space over at B as possible. However, TXG does read this. And Sensa and Juice are going to be running into Multi and Glitchgull, who are rotating over. Silent PH is going to get killed off, though, over at that A side. But Multi with a spray down gets 2. And now the spike is over at B. They do know that Pinky Punk is over at A side, but do they know where Kyo is? That is the question. Kyo did set up his Arc Rose over at that B link. Now, Multi and Glitchgull are going to be pushing up this B long area, trying to take as much space as they can. This has turned into a little bit of a game of cat and mouse. They are going around the map. The spike is down. The Haunt comes through, does not spot anyone. The Thorns come through as well. Pinky Pong gets a kill of his own. Glitchgull in a 1v1. It's Kyo versus Glitchgull. Time is running out for Kyo, but Kyo gets the kill and keeps his team up in the lead.
Switching sides.
Again, the attackers, they end up losing the spike in B long. Like, that is a very advantageous spot for the defenders to be in, but they're just unable to convert that, unfortunately. leading to a 5-7 half for the side of UFO.
UFO got what they wanted. They won as many rounds on attacking as they could. I mean, this is looking to be a really, really even
Too
matchup
obvious.
here coming in from both sides. Now, Kyo is going to be opting to play A this round. He does have that
There.
sheer wall, and we do have a disconnect, so
There.
that is going to be a tech pause. In the meantime,
backup.
let's talk about the so far. It's been back and forth, crazy, chaotic, whatever you want to say, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah. It does look like
They're ready to go again. Alright. We'll see the pistol round happen.
Wait, what? Wait, why? How?
okay.
All the TP. Wait,
Alright.
roll back the rank, guys. Yeah, no, actually, everyone stop pushing, like, on our team. No, actually.
Okay, we're gonna have a round rollback because of that tech pause. There has been Yoru who has been setting up the TP, and the util's gone pretty much. Oh, the scores. Okay, the scores are fine, no?
Yeah, score's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 5-7 to the side of UFO.
Okay. It's glitched over in my end, so
Okay.
it's all good though. But that tech pause has the round rollback is back, so everything is fine. But that was just unfortunate, you know. I mean, having the Yoru TP set up while having a tech pause, that is just gonna waste time on the Yoru TP. Now that is like one reason to have a round rollback. I've never had that happen before.
Yeah. We're seeing TXG move to a sort of mid-default. Again, same as Haven. 2 holding the extremities and 3 working their way up mid. And Orion finds the opening pick on Pinky Ponk, overextending a little bit in art.
Just unlucky there, he overextended a little bit. Speaking of overextend, look at Kyo over here, over at A main. He is already deep into that main area, and Silent PH know about it, so they are going to try and punish him here, but that shear is there. Vanilla is going to be lurking up mid here, but Sensa is holding the mid doors down with a classic. He's gonna try and right click this. The arc rose is gonna come out, and the shear is there as well. Kill gets a kill, and that is gonna be Aryan down. It's gonna be really difficult for the team of TXG to entry here with only one duelist. The fake out is coming out from the team of TXG. But Kyo knows better not to shoot at it. Vanilla is gonna get the pick onto Juice here. An amazing jiggle peek. Now,
30 seconds left.
B is freeing up a little bit for the team of TXG, but Sensa gets a kill onto the mid lurk as Swampy gets a kill into multi. The recon dart is out. However, the blind side's not gonna get anyone. Silent PH gets the kill into Swampy, and now Silent PH is going to be going in for the plant. Sensa gets the kill into Glitch Call. Now down to Silent in a 1v2, but Sensa with a 3k and a right click to end the round.
The trade's just going through in the favor of UFOs there. In all accounts, that should have been the victory of TXG there. With their mid-round call, they get their first pick, they get the plant down onto B. Just unable to convert those final kills in the round.
5-8 is the scoreline now in favor of UFO. Now, this is gonna actually dictate how the rest of the game might go if they win or lose this round. They do have better guns. They are opting up to force up. They're gonna try and do an anti-eco here. Now, That 0 point is going to be going out into B main, going to be shot out instantly. And again, TXG with this mid push, they're trying to get into connector. Juice is flooded, but he gets 2. The recon dart is there as well. Pinky Pong coming in to try and help him out. Juice with a 3rd already in that Ares is spelling out trouble for the team of TXG. Senso with the kill onto Vanilla with that Guardian, but Aryan answering back with a Ghost. There's not much you can do with a Ghost if you're against an Ares, and UFO winning that round, pulling their lead up to a 4-round deficit.
Round really well played by Juice there, just anchoring his position down in mid connector, and the side of TXG just jumping into that mid connector area one by one with their classics, just not able to find that pick. Shut down by Juice.
Juice, that Ares was a good call. I mean, that was great. He was just able to spray down one person at a time. However, team of TXG now with a gun advantage as they all have rifles here. The fake out is going to be coming out. Aryan gets the first pick onto kill, but the sheer wall has been activated. That is going to delay them a little bit, but there is a hole there. Aryan now is going to be falling back using that cloudburst. The owl drone comes in as well. TXG looking to have a rotate here as B has freed up a little bit on the side of UFO, and there's not much they can really do here. The blindside comes through and Halls is free. Multi has that. Halls control. The spike is going to be going down here, folks. So now it's going to be a 5v4 retake in favor of the team of TXG. They have Multi here over at Halls to spot out anyone who pushes through. Now Sensa is gonna spot it out. The double flash comes through. He gets a blind kill. Swampy gets a trade. However, that is detrimental for the team of UFO as Sensa does not have that 0 point. They don't have an extra flash, and Swampy goes down. Silent PH with the kill. Now down to 2 people on the side of UFO. Defuse is coming through. Juice is trying to hold it on, but Aryan says no with a 3K to end the round. 6-9 is the scoreline.
The fact that Multi still managed to trade himself out there is absolutely incredible. Blinded once by the KO flash, blinded a second time by the Yoru flash, and then a third time by the Yoru flash. Manages to find one, but then is traded out. Really doing work for his team.
Insane. I mean, he held Halls down like a champ, bro. Actually holding it down with his life. He got out with 1 life, but lost his. Now, we are seeing a little bit of A pressure coming in from the side of TXG. And the fake out is actually going to get spotted out. They don't know how many people are on this A side. They are just used to just kill here on A. But Aryan already lurked up, pushed up mid here. And he's just looking into art, trying to see if there's anyone there. UFO not giving any info, but Pinky Pong with Odin gets the first blood onto Multi. And that is one of the flash agents down. Their only flash agent down for the team of TXG. So this is going to be really difficult for them to enter if there is any contesting coming in from UFO. Vanilla using that cage to try and plant in, but he gets open from the cage going down. Swampy gets the kill, but Glitchgull getting that first, that insta trade. Now down to Glitchgull and Silent PH on the team of TXG. Now, these stars are coming out from Astra, and that's gonna enable him to do a gravity well and a Nova Pulse if he wants to. However, Juice answering back with stars of his own, uses the Nebula to try and fight back. The recon dart falls as Pinky Pong actually gets 3 for this round using the Odin.
Really nice retake coming in from the side of UFO there, utilizing the Astra to block off the spike. Aware that the rest of TXG have made their way back up to long and play that perfectly.
There.
And Pinky Pong just spelt out trouble with that Odin. It looks like the kryptonite for TXG right now is just heavy machine guns. I mean, we saw an Ares, we saw an Odin shut them down for a bit, And now, let's see what they can do to answer back. Glitchgull is going to be using that star. Probably going to do a dissipate to try and help his team cross here. Now, that 0 point is going to enable them to find out if there are any more people. Their Silent PH actually getting that first blood onto Swampy over at Halls. Sensa left alone over at this B site here as he picks up the Vandal, shuts down that gate crash. And now we are seeing a combo coming in using the Dimensional Drift and the Hunter's Fury as Multi gets a kill. So does Vanilla. It's down to Pinky Ponk with an Odin, a 1v5. Can he win this? He's gonna try to scale up a little bit, try and reposition a little bit. He does have 2 Prowlers in a Seas, but I think he's opting to save this because of the economical disadvantage that they have. They did force up this round as well.
I can imagine they're using this post-round time to try and come up with some strategies to try and fix the defensive side. Because at the moment, they're just getting overrun by TXG. I mean, that combination of the Dimensional Drift and the Hunter's Fury there, really just giving them that exit capability that just can't be stopped.
Exactly, and it's not really difficult to, it's really difficult, sorry, to counter that because they always have eyes on you. And as you saw earlier, there is that risk, if you avoid that Hunter's Fury, of the Yoru actually coming out of that Dimensional Drift and punishing you for just running away.
Yeah, because you're forced to have your knife out there in order to have enough movement to get away from the Hunter's Fury. And just, there's just not enough time to pull out your primary weapon again before the Yoru can. Looks like we're seeing
Coming
a
in.
5-man in club going towards the B side.
0 point spots out no one, but there is that dissipate there as well. Swampy playing really close to this B pillars section here. Does hear a heap of footsteps. Unfortunately, he shoots the wrong one. Follows it up with a 1-tap onto Aryan. The TP is out. Sensa playing Halls here, and the Cosmic Divide comes out, coming in from the side of TXG. Now, this is going to be a really chaotic time here. Multi actually gets 2 of his own. Sensa and Kill going down. The spike is going to be falling as well. The Seize goes out, as well as that blind side. Swampy getting a 2nd kill onto Glitchgull, but Silent is there to kill out Juice. Now down to a 2v3 retake. Pinky Ponk and Swampy. However, UFO still have that Odin of Pinky Ponk. The blind side is there. The fake out. Unfortunately, they're gonna be falling one by one. It's now Swampy in a 1v2, and it's only Multi who is low here as the blind side comes out. Unfortunately, is not gonna be going out the way he wants to. Here's a noise, but there's no bullets in the Vandal. Swampy, there's no time, and Multi with a 3k gets the round for TXG, clawing their way back.
The Dimensional Drift unfortunately not having enough value in the 2v3 as his teammate gets shut down.
And I think it was just unfortunate that the Vandal just did not have any bullets left in it.
Yeah, you saw him look at the Odin, opt the Vandal, found out it had no bullets. Switch back to the Sheriff, which only had 2 bullets itself.
That was really unlucky. That was... Man, if that happened to me, I would be tilting right now.
Yes, the Cosmic Divide from Glitchgull having massive value in that round. Stalling half of the team for the retake and isolating the rest.
Swampy is gonna get spotted out by this owl drone here. A little bit of, you know, a little bit of dance moves coming in as he's jump peeking the rest of B-Long, seeing if there's anyone else who's pushing. I mean, the jiggle peaks are there as well for Swampy. I mean, he's making presence on that B side. However, look at how far Multi is already in this A site. Now, that is gonna be unfortunate for him as Pinky Ponk shoots the correct one. Multi goes down. That's the lurk down. Now, TXG are forced to play together. They're forced to regroup and try and hit a site if they can. B is still on lockdown here. Silent PH spots out Swampy, gets killed off, unfortunately. Now down to a 3v5 situation here. 3 people on the side of TXG. They are in art, and Kyo knows that. The arc road is gonna fall though. Spots out Aryan by the pixel of his screen, and Pinky Pong doing work with that Odin.
Yeah, again, massive shots coming in, and that is going to slow down the momentum of TXG. They were finding a couple rounds in a row there, trying to claw their way back up to the same sort of level as UFO. This is going to put a damper in their tracks. We see Arian's got his Blade Storm online, as well as Vanilla's Neural Theft. And then we see the Nightfall, Null Command, and Cosmic Divide from the side of UFO. Massive ults coming into this round. TXG are going to have a lot of work to do.
Oh my goodness, Swampy! That would have been huge if he got more than one, but there are 2 people out to trade him. Aryan getting that trade now. This is really difficult because they do have those 2 mid players. The blind sides are gonna be coming out, but Juice is gonna stun both of them. Gets 2, both headshots. The transfer is there, and now it's down to Aryan and Glitchgull in this 2v4. The shear isn't actually gonna be coming up here. Stars are going down. Aryan is gonna be killing off Sensa, but it's going to be really, really difficult for them to play off here because of how much control UFO currently has on them, how much pressure is on them, how much pressure is coming on them, because they don't know if any of the UFO players pushed up mid. They don't know if there's anyone who's going to flank them when they rotate, but there is going to be no one on UFO here, and it looks like Kyo is sensing that. Aryan on 30 HP, letting Glitchgull go first. Very smart here because he does have the spike. Now, the stars are going to be going down over at B, and those nebulas are going to be falling as well, but Kyo gets a kill, and Aryan is now down to Glitchgull in a 1v3. The Haunt haunts him out, and Kyo with a 2k as well to end the round.
Yeah, the crouch just displacing Glitchgull's crosshair placement, so he cannot connect those bullets.
Weapon here.
Bringing this to a match point for UFO, 8-12. And UFO did not use any of those major ults that round either. We still have the Nightfall, the Null Command, the Steel Garden, and the Cosmic Divide online for UFO.
And it looks like this is going to be really difficult for the team of TXG to push in, because all of those ults that you just mentioned actually negate you from pushing in as easily as you think you would. The recon dart goes into mid. They're gonna be sending over Silent PH to try and lurk up into this A main area. He's gonna make noise with that L drone while the rest of his team is going into Art. Sensa does spot them out now, and Aryan gets that first pick onto Pinky Pong. Now that Arc Rose is gonna be coming out. Kyo is gonna find the timing on Silent PH, but Silent PH gets the kill. Glitchgull following it up with another Swampy now with the Shorty. Is going to try and get a kill. He does. Aryan falls now. It's down to a 2v3 as Juice gets the kill onto Vanilla. Swampy with that op is going to do a lot of damage, but he switches to an Odin. Maybe going to be doing even more damage here as he is spotted out by that Recon Bolt.
The Cosmic Divide is invested. They are trying to win this round. The multi pushes through the wall and finds both of them. Really well played. It's an interesting choice to invest the Cosmic Divide into that round when you are down 2v4.
Yeah, I mean, one of those ults were used, the Cosmic Divide there from Juice, and unfortunately that was just pretty bad. The team of TXG were able to play around it. They did have the blind side coming in from Multi there to help the team, and they also have Glitchgull with that gravity well to help with delaying the defuse. Now we are going to be seeing a recon bolt coming into B Link here as Juice is spotted out, and again with that util there is gonna be that combo from both Multi and Silent PH. However, Multi is not going to be able to trade or to follow up on that kill.
Take flight.
It's still a 5v5 right now. Silent PH using the Aldrone to apply pressure over to this B main area. Vanilla is gonna get that first pick onto Kyo though, and they have contaminated this connector area, and now A site is pretty much theirs. Arian holding this angle, but Juice is there to swing, and Peak gets the kill. Pinky Bonk using that Odin to his advantage. The Nightfall comes down as well, gets one. Unfortunately, gets traded off, but Swampy on this lurk is taking so much space. Sensa now also popping that null command, spotted out by Vanilla. Spike is ticking down. 30 health on Sensa here, but Sensa gets killed off by Silent. Vanilla and Silent are playing together really well, but now it's Vanilla in a 1v2, but he falls, and UFO pull out the series in a 2-1 aspect.
Wow, what a game from UFO there. That was honestly really impressively played.
I'll handle this.
Oh my goodness. I feel like every single player had their chance to shine
Definitely.
in this entire series. And that was just a crazy series coming
GG's.
into. We had an overtime and our first map 3. That is crazy. UFO come out on top, and that was just really close for both ends, honestly.
Yeah.
UFO pulling out the 13-9 for that win, and oh man, that was just crazy. I don't know what else to say. That entire series summed up into one word: chaos.
Okay. It looks like almost every player in that game is joining the interview
Oh my
waiting
God.
room.
I mean, you're a prod, bro.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, well, it looks like we've got Kyo and Sensor. We'll probably grab
Yep.
both of them in. Alrighty. Oh,
Sensa pulling it out that team MVP for Haven as well. He is really sick. I mean,
Alright, Sensor, good to have you.
what's going on, big
Yo.
man?
How are you feeling after that series?
It was fucking stressful, bro. Holy shit,
Yeah?
that was too much.
That was too much.
How are you feeling about that that sheriff play over at A Long during that Haven game?
Which one?
Your whiff.
Yo,
Your
oh,
whiff
oh,
in a lobby on Haven on your defensive side.
Yeah, it's fine. It's what it is. The whole Haven game, as soon as we started like being down rounds and stuff, everyone's mental just went out the window. We had one player whose parents were messing with the Wi-Fi, so he couldn't like properly play, and we had Swampy with like insane packet loss. So that was something.
Fair enough. You won the first map very decisively. What was your kind of thought process going into map 1 of Sunset?
I'll answer that question, but can we quickly get Dougie and Kyo added to this call?
Yes, we can.
Awesome.
Alright, congratulations on the victory, UFO.
Thank
you.
So, what was your thought process going into your map pick of Sunset?
Nothing.
We picked that map because it was the map that we sucked least on.
Yeah.
I see. No
Like-
more thought process.
No,
I
so
suppose
yeah,
have a
we
choice.
basically we've been scrimming a fair bit at the moment, and everything's gone either really, really well against the team and then really bad the next time because we play somewhat aggressive.
Yeah.
So we were scared of pick almost. We had confidence in our own abilities, but it was something. Like was it pistol round on Sunset with the fake clone instantly? Like that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at it, being like, we had
Yeah.
someone call out, I think that's real, but no one shot it. And then all of a sudden I just get flicked and I'm just dead. It was a interesting game.
Yeah.
Speaking of aggressiveness, during that Haven game, they kind of shut you down with your defense. I mean, what was your answer to that? How were you able to like claw your way up and like win a bunch more rounds to push it into overtime?
We told we had the tick pause called so that Dougie and Swampy could try fix their games. We told Juice and Swampy off and told them to lock in because they were lost the entire game. Juice was undercomming and stuff, so we got his confidence back up. The following map, he was a star, bro. He did everything he needed to do. It's just our biggest thing is our team is still really new. Like we've only been around for probably a
Weeks.
month and a half.
Not even.
Joined yesterday.
Yeah.
So like it's all new to us still. So it's just kind of figuring out map by map what works, what doesn't, because a lot of things don't seem to be working.
Yeah. From what I
Well, kind of
understand,
like
there's
so-
some history between some of the players on either team. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Oh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So basically UFO is made up of a whole bunch of old players from a team called Synapse.
Yeah.
Who were either picked left just for whatever reasons. So is Glitch on the other team. Basically, in one night, I decided I'm leaving that team, and I stole everyone I could that I desperately wanted and needed with me. I left Glitch and a few of the subs. That's about it.
I see. And did that affect your mental going into this game? How did you feel about going up against your ex-teammate?
I didn't care at all. I just wanted to beat him.
Just
Like-
your determination there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
speaking of
Glitch is a good player, but he's inconsistent. And if you know how he plays, you can actually counter him very, very easily. So that's just what it came down to.
See, so how did you guys
Yeah.
lock in for the third map? So it was a pretty close game for Haven. How did you lock in heading into Pearl?
We didn't.
You didn't.
Started singing. We started singing.
We really didn't.
Yes, we did.
I
Just
they basic
comes up. That's it.
yeah, we told comms up basically fixed your
happy.
mentals.
Just be happy.
We got everyone talking more. I went and got rid of my dinner so that I could,
Yeah.
feel lighter on the keyboard and stuff.
Look,
It was
I haven't
something
eaten.
alright.
I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
that must
basic-
affect your mental. You haven't eaten all day. You mentioned that, and
Yeah.
having a good meal actually helps with feeling good throughout the day, having energy. Did you feel like depleted at all within these games? I mean, it was a really long series.
Yeah, these 3 matches, nah, not even close. I'm sorry. We gave them one game, like, that was it. We smashed them on the first one. This second one, well, we're gonna make it interesting, Can't just roll them twice, can we? The third one, I don't know. We played all well, honestly. Me, I think I'm the best with the ego. I mean, look, I might have played chill in second, but I did a lot of impact in all 3 games. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling after that series, after that victory?
Yeah.
Oh, I have one message. The team Yen, watch the fuck out.
And
Get a
I want to
beef
touch
going
up on this a little bit, actually. Pinky Ponk is, what I understand, new to the team. How do you feel, Pinky Ponk, how do you feel coming into this new team and having to play in this Community Cup straight away, and how are you finding it? Just slotting yourself in and trying to settle in with the team and all that.
I mean, honestly, like I said, I only found out about these guys yesterday, but I played a map with them last night. Honestly, the thing for me was that everyone was so nice, bro. Like, they all got along. Like, yes, there was jokes, there was, banter, whatever.
Hmm.
But, just kind of felt like at home straight away. And it was nice. So, jumped in today. Only found out about this today as well. But, man, it was fun. It was good to play.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Before we close out, do you have any last words you wanted to say to the stream? Anything you want to say to TXG or to Yen going
To
forward?
TXG, I just want to say,
Yeah.
a while back, your team demolished mine when I was still back on Synapse. This was payback for that. Like, we've all improved since then. Maybe it's your turn. Because there's not much of a change since then.
Hey, my message to TXG: you tried your best, but it wasn't good enough.
Oh,
GG, go next, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
GG, go next.
Next
Next
girl
season.
who's doing a whole bunch of admin work for this whole tournament is now out of it. Like, he should have just played better.
Nice.
alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us in the interview room. Thank you for giving us your thoughts on the match.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you guys have a good one as well.
See ya.
Adios.
Man, we
little-
are going up into this tournament heads held high.
Yeah. I mean, that is the closest game yet.
Mm.
As we haven't had a third map series before this point, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing the top of the both sides, Yen versus UFO, in the coming weeks.
Speaking of third map, let's talk to some of the people who shut down UFO. I mean, that Haven game was pretty insane.
Yeah. Oh, you're wanting to speak to some of the TXG players?
I mean, we might as well, huh?
Sure. There are 4 of them still there. Well, we'll bring 4 of them in. Why not?
Yeah, we let 3 of the UFO in. I mean, it's only fair, I guess.
Yeah.
See what TXG's game plan was, how they're feeling after the game.
All right, we'll pull
all
them in.
that.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello
Can we
there.
just talk about how we didn't win
Hello.
a single pistol? We're
We
so
dropped 12
bad.
rounds on pistols. We dropped 12 rounds on pistols.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very long series. How are you guys feeling after that 3-map series?
Honestly, fine.
Should have been
We
out.
were, like,
Yeah, it's a group stage game. It's not high pressure or anything. I mean, it was fun to face off against a few of my ex team members.
Yeah,
But,
we
you
were
know,
just talking about that with the UFO members, the kind of history there. How was it
Yeah.
playing against your old teammates?
It was fun. Kyo was farming on Sunset. Ascent, sorry, not Ascent, Haven. We both like had a mid cipher off, and then the last map we were on different roles because we don't have an Astra.
We were experimenting a lot in this series because, because everybody keeps banning the same maps over and over again. We've only been able to play like Haven and Lotus.
Yeah, so in the Noob Esports charity tournament, we've just played Haven. We've just played Haven and Lotus basically.
So those are like
Yeah,
our
we played like
our two best
icebox and
maps.
shit against the easy teams. We
Yeah,
had
no,
a turn.
it's an easy team though. Like you just you know
Yeah,
So that's the problem with best of ones. Like you don't get enough maps variety.
you don't.
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting more than one map, you guys came pretty badly off that first map in a 13-3 loss. can you tell me what went wrong in that map?
A lot.
I think our comp was really bad.
Our comp
and,
was
like,
okay.
we weren't
Honestly,
fighting well together.
yeah, our comp was bad. We weren't fighting well together. We also we were like we had like 4 A's some rounds and we lost the fights. Like there's like, you know, it's cooked.
Yeah, they're all shooting that game as well. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, they
I
were
was
just the
getting-
better team there on Sunset. I think, yeah, we just have to practice
Yeah.
a bit more.
And how did you kind
Practice
of
more,
lock
fix
back
up
in
more.
going into the first half of Haven?
Oh,
Listen,
we just knew. We just knew. Haven
we
is
knew.
our, like,
Yeah.
we love
We're
Haven.
confident in our Haven. Sunset, we
We-
expected to shit on, like,
yeah. We were like, eh.
and we did. So,
And then Pearl
GG
last
go
map,
next.
we were kind of we were thinking about going split, but we decided Pearl because we need practice on Pearl. So we
Or
went
do
Pearl.
you regret that Pearl pick at this point?
Nah,
Nah, it was
I-
good. It was good fun.
it was good. It was good fun. Yeah.
It was like
Um,
experimenting, you know, group stage. We're
Yeah.
confident at this point that we're gonna get through it, so
Yeah.
we're taking a bit of risk.
Yeah. I want to ask a question of, I believe it was, let me find it real quick. But it was one particular round on Haven Attack in which Multi, walked his way into a garage and found Juice sitting on top of door.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so funny.
He literally come. He's here.
Wait, he come to us, come to us. Guys, look at the map, bro. Look at the map. And we had time to look at the map now.
He
Yeah.
pinged it. He pinged it. He did a little dance.
Look at the map.
Yeah.
I was just walking in garage
Yeah.
and
Gee.
cheated on my mini map.
Yeah, and he was there for like a good few
After I
seconds.
tell him he's on the map.
Yeah. Juice was given away by his toes just sticking out from above the door.
Yeah, he pinged that too. He pinged that.
He has to do a
It's
little
like,
bit
oh,
of
that's
dancing.
so
He would have gotten away with everything, bro. He would have gotten like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we kind of saw Multi trying to do that TP as well.
Yeah, we did
He was
notice
like,
that.
how do you do this?
We did notice that.
He
While
was trying to
Bro,
figure it
I
out.
saw an Instagram reel for him, but I couldn't remember the lineup, so I just told him where to stand, and then he figured it out eventually.
I
Yeah.
mean, that was a pleasant surprise, but you won the Haven game. How did you feel coming out of that? Like
Oh,
heads
bro,
held
I
high. You won
literally-
the overtime. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like the greatest feeling I've had in a win ever. That was so awesome. I don't know. It was just like against like a lot of my old team members. It was just like it just felt amazing to win that map.
Especially because like it
It was close. Yeah.
It was close. We ended the half with a good lead. We know that our Haven defense isn't as strong as our attack, so I think there was a whole lot of manifestation going into this these maps because we had a really bad loss in Pearl recently, and we know our Sunset is bad, so we kind of just like went in with pretty much knowing what the results were. And it literally just turned out exactly how we manifested it to be.
Sunset being the first pick was really rough for us. I didn't expect to do that. To be honest. They first banned Lotus, which was like expected, and then we had to ban Icebox, even though I think that Icebox comp is terrible because we're terrible at Icebox. So yeah, honestly, all we need to do in this group stage is just get a deeper map pool because right now it's not good enough.
Yeah, we're practicing. We're practicing. You'll see some crazy comps out of us in the coming matches.
Yeah, well, we won't just decide the comp and agent select of Pearl.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Do you have anything else you would like to say before we go to the end of stream? Anything to your opponents? Anything to your potential opponents in the 1-1 bracket?
Sure.
Who
Be
do we
afraid
have?
of multi on Waylay. Be
Yeah.
afraid of multi on Waylay.
He's never played Waylay, bro.
No, he's the master of Waylay, bro. Be afraid.
Oh, my bad.
We're
my
gonna
bad.
pick it.
Wait, okay, there's Cell in there, CXS, Eminem of literally a free win. Like, not even... Yeah, no.
Is that what you want to say to the stream?
No.
Eminem
Like,
have
they're
left the
literally
tournament.
they left the tournament.
It's a buy.
Damn.
Have you got anything you would like to say to UFO?
UFO, next time we'll win a pistol and have a close game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
They won't win playoffs. You guys are getting owned. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait, who?
Sorry,
they...
we're pulling out the actual strats now.
Yeah.
Saving strats. Saving strats.
Saving
We're turning on
strats.
comms actually. We were
Turning
playing
on
that entire
comms.
game in silence.
Multi was like laggy, I think, or something. I don't remember.
It was on 100 p.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
All right.
Yeah, but they played well.
Thank you for speaking with us, members of TXG. Looking forward to watching your next games.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
It was good talking to them and getting an insight into their perspective of the games. Very
Yeah,
much
I mean,
looking forward to watching their next games.
Yeah, both teams were very, very promising in this series, and hey, we made history. You know,
Yeah, third map
first
series.
map 3. Yeah. Anyway, I think we'll be cutting off the live stream very shortly. Thank you very much to my co-caster, Mr. Sir Banana. Thanks for being the prod and for, analyzing, casting, all that.
And thank
Actual
you for your
MVP.
play-by-play casting, Ellipse. We will be ending stream here. Thank you for tuning in to TXG versus UFO in round 2 of the VCC OCE Cup. We will catch you next time.
See you guys.